on, bud. There's a whole other world of dragons out there. Unbelievable. What do you say? What should we name it? Itchy Armpit it is.
I bet you think you know a lot about dragons.
Should I know you?
No, but a mother never forgets. Every dragon has its secrets. I'll show them all to you.
Did you know about this?
That's your mother?
Now you know where I get my dramatic flair.
He likes you.
Wow.
Something is coming. Something you've never faced before.
What's down there?
I alone control the dragons. Drago Bloodless is a madman.
I'll bloody his fist with my face if he tries to take my dragon.
Dad, there's something you need to know.
Oh boy.
I know what you're gonna say.
You're as beautiful as the day I lost you. We're a team now. Now what do you want to do?
Drago's coming for our dragons. We have to stop him. Together. Don't worry, bud. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you.
You have the heart of a chief.
That's my boy!
And the soul of a dragon.
Ah, you know that doesn't wash out.
Cut them down!
Dragon Riders coming through. Heads up! We can't fly these things.
They're babies. They don't listen to anyone.
Take him down, babe!
Come on, bud. Hold on. Distract the alpha.
Have a nice flight.
Uh-oh.
It's an ice-breathing dragon. Get it? Instead of a fire-breathing dragon? I think that cute, clever twists like that, and I absolutely love it, are the hallmark of Chris Sanders, the Lilo and Stitch creator who defected from Disney on bad terms and went over to DreamWorks Animation. We actually touched on that this morning in Morning Movie News. And while Chris Sanders isn't continuing with this franchise, this budding franchise, this is just the second film, they're going to see if it can get off the ground, he's moved back to the Croods. He's going to stick with that, another budding franchise over at DreamWorks Animation. But Dean DuBois, who teamed up with Chris Sanders on the first film, is flying solo here. Let's stick with the puns. But it seems like he's carrying on the tradition of the first film. Now, speaking of tradition, another tradition, unfortunately, at DreamWorks Animation is poor advertising. And I think that we're seeing that here. I think there's some very good stuff here, but I think that this trailer and all the trailers that have shown for How to Train Your Dragon 2 so far have been a little bit of a letdown. And I say that by meaning that they haven't lived up to, I think, all of our incredibly high expectations. I think that we know these movies are going to be special. The first one was definitely. It was a surprise hit because that wasn't conveyed in the trailers for that film. And I think that the epicness, and you know, think about it. In the first film, battles had consequences. No spoilers if you haven't seen it. But I'm hoping to see that here. So I still have very high expectations for this film because I have faith in the filmmakers and DreamWorks Animation in general. I just wish that the PR department would, you know, get up to speed and be on par with the rest of the animation studio. Because right now, this is being, I think, you know, marketed as a fun, friendly, you know, happy movie. Like, oh, isn't it fun to be around all these dragons? And it's not playing up, I think, some of the darker elements that will be there, and also the battle sequences, which were really, I think, what made the first film stand out, and the flying sequences. And this film, from the trailer, I think, does look like it has amazing 3D. So I'm very excited about that, and it looks like, once again, it's utilizing it really well. IMAX 3D, this is one of the best IMAX 3D viewing experiences I ever had for the first film, and I believe looks like I'm going to have it for the second one. Now, as for the specific trailer, I still don't trust his mother. Her name is Valka. That's Cate Blanchett's voice. And even though she's, you know, they're continuing with this, she seems happy. She's, you know, his dad confirmed it. Some people said, you know, in the first film, Hiccup's helmet was supposed to be one breast cup for his mother, and a lot of people are like, that doesn't look like it would fit this lady. But who knows? But I mean, the dad says it's her, so maybe that's just, you know, a discrepancy the filmmakers decided to go with. I don't know. But I still don't trust her. I think that, you know, even though she might be his mom, I think she still might be evil. So we'll see what happens. I mean, there's another big bad in the film, or maybe he's not a big bad. Jimon Hansu. He's also in Guardians of the Galaxy this summer. He plays a dragon hunter. And that's supposed to be, I think, who they're going up against. He might be a legitimate villain. It might be a switch. Maybe Velka's working with him. We don't know. But I just don't trust her. There's something about her. There's something, and we discussed this with the first teaser trailer, or the first full trailer. The way she looks at him, she's almost like, are you going to buy this? And we're like, don't buy it, Hiccup. Hiccup, by the way, I think it's great that while he's clearly gotten older, he hasn't gotten so old that he's above naming things itchy armpit. So I think that's cute, and I think that's very accurate to how, you know, people move from the teens to the tweens to teenager stage. He's not suddenly cool. I think his looks have gotten ahead of his personality, and, you know, to some degree, I would never want to see him lose that kind of fun fanboyism that I think so many of us relate to. Also, the dragons are changing a little bit. It's very crowded with dragons, and some of the dragons are so big, at least in this trailer, I can't really get an idea of what they look like. I think with the ice dragon, that's intentional, but I don't know. There's so much to look at, it's hard for me to focus on anything, which I hope isn't a problem for the film. But I have to say, when she does that thing on Toothless and makes those spikes come out of his back, those scales, I have to say, I thought they were kind of gross. I don't know, they just gave me the heebie-jeebies for some reason. I was like, that's gross, put them away, put them back. But we'll see if they're effective. I think it probably makes for a great new toy, and very easy, like push a little button on Toothless, kids, and these little scales will spread out. I hope it doesn't gross out kids. So I think this trailer, I don't have any huge problems with it, but I think it's not showing half of what this movie will be. And that is an epic, you know, somewhat darker, a little bit more adult, you know, story with consequences and, you know, great battles and talking about a hierarchy of the tribe. We see that touched on a little bit when she says, I think you'd make a great leader. There's that really quick, cool shot with his fire sword. I want to see more of that. I wish I was seeing more of that in the trailer. I don't think it's going to happen. We'll see what it does for the opening weekend. Hopefully enough people just have a lot of faith in this based on the love of the first film, which was a huge sleeper hit. Really surprised Hollywood and audiences with how good it was and how well it did. Because it opened very poorly, to the point where I believe back then the stock was actually discounted. You know, Wall Street was like, oh, they have a flop on their hands. But then as the summer progressed and they kept staying up there, it was like it was not totally as successful as Frozen, but like Frozen, it stayed in the top 10 for a very long time and really had great legs, great dragon legs. So, or wings, I guess, in this case. But as I said, I feel like there's half of this movie is missing from this marketing campaign, and I hope it's there when we go to the theater. So what do you guys think? Do you agree with me that Velka is evil? Do you sense that at all? Or are you, once the dad vouches for, are you on board? And what do you think of the trailer? Do you like the way DreamWorks Animation is marketing this film? Do you like the happy-go-lucky kind of you know, approach they're taking, or do you want to see more of the epicness, like the battles and stuff, or are you fine saving that for the actual movie? And also, what do you think of Toothless's new scales? Do they gross you out? What do you think? Write your thoughts down below. Thank you for tuning into my trailer review. I still believe this is going to be a really big movie, but I think, unfortunately, again, because of the PR department, it's going to be another sleeper hit for DreamWorks Animation. How many more can they afford of these? It's such a risky way to enter the marketplace. You don't want to always be the underdog. So write your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and you can check out some more episodes right now.